Who remembers where we left off with the schoolboys?
Trying to leave Orthorby per Kelnaz's instructions, and we got kidnapped by Benira.
Mm-hmm. Why did Kelnaz tell you to leave? What was going on? Whose fault was this?
Houndrel said something about the queen is dead.
That
Not
was
the
it.
queen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all Houndrel's fault.
Houndrel saying something saying something he shouldn't. Who
Because
would
Houndrel
have
just
guessed?
casually let slip that the Empress was dead in the middle of Orthorby.
Oh my gosh. That's
And Kelnaz was immediately like, excuse you, what the fuck?
Nemeril has an aneurysm.
Daniel, have you seen the letter from Houndrel?
No.
It's
I-
posted.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
First, continue with what happened last session. So what were you telling Kelnaz?
Our trips to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, we talked about, I think we talked about the Nidrichal for a bit, was the
Yeah.
reason why this came up. And then Kaelsnos decided to have a panic attack and freak out. And basically he gave us a set of instructions to inform him of what happened via Houndrel letter
Mm-hmm.
and meet him, basically do a secure meeting sort of thing.
Basically, it was give him a briefing in secure fashion, get the fuck out of Orthorby for a while, and then come back the following day for further instructions.
Wow, you guys are really messing up your new semester at school.
I
Yep.
think this is great. I don't know what you're talking about. Basically, Houndrels every year.
I also greatly appreciate that this all happened during the 10 minutes when my character went out to grab coffee.
Yes. So
Yes.
Beyondlar is very confused.
Did
He
Yeah.
came back and this was like, hey, we have to leave right now.
Did Fionlar have a sympathetic aneurysm while he was getting coffee? She's like, I don't know why, but I'm bleeding from my eyes.
I sense a great disturbance, as though Clan Umarth did something stupid again.
It's not more of a sense or a feeling at this point as it just is a constant pain in his left kidney.
Constant dread.
But yeah. So what happened when you tried to leave Orthorby?
And suddenly, Benira, Valsulis, and Rune.
Suddenly, coffee.
Brought us to her place.
She was like, oh, hey, you guys. I know one of you. Do you want to come hang out, catch up for a bit?
And this resulted in kidnapping?
Not literally. This was very much like a social, oh, hey, we actually, do know each other and are kind of friendly, so, it would be weird if I was like, hey, no, we have an emergency, get the fuck out order.
Basically, she socially guilt-tripped Fionlar, because she used to tutor Fionlar in Ancient Times. She's currently a graduate student. at
Oh my
Orthorby.
gosh,
She's one of those graduate students that has been here for several years and is just in thesis project constantly.
I have to imagine that she's just the, eternal doctoral student who will never actually graduate because her...
Yup.
Yeah.
Oh man, I am
Because
glad
the person she's studying under is literally just evil.
I am
Yep.
glad Nemeril is not with you guys, because you would have been like, wait, you said what? To whom? We're leaving. This acquaintance turns the corner. Oh, hi. She just instinctually stabs her.
She knows too much. Heartseeker strike.
Heartseeker's bite.
Nimril, please.
Stabs her.
But yeah, so you went back to Benira's office / laboratory / research area, and what did she give you guys?
Coffee.
What kind of coffee?
Yes.
College coffee.
College coffee. Mark, do you know what a college coffee is?
No?
Let me send you the link of what a college coffee is.
Okay.
It's an Urban Dictionary thing, and it's pretty fantastic.
Just read the Urban Dictionary definition.
When you replace the water with Red Bull when brewing a coffee, and then drop in a bottle of 5-hour energy and a shot of vodka, and get a sprinkle of cocaine on top.
So yeah, Kazna and Houndrel drank this coffee.
and saw
Didn't we-
into infinity.
Didn't we put?
I mean, that's a regular afternoon for Houndrel, so
I was
So-
time.
And it was a regular botch for Kazna.
Yeah, so Kazna started making snow all over the office, which is not like this office was incredibly cluttered with a bunch of papers and shit everywhere.
Oh,
So
that
Banira
is not
starts
good.
freaking out because he's getting all of her papers wet with snow and is trying desperately to like save everything. Houndrill was busy seeing into every action at once. And AJ, do you remember what Houndrill did?
He went into the past, found Banira's room, found Banira making out with some other random grad student. Frozen in time.
Yeah.
By the way, this was 2 levels deep. He was frozen in time when Houndrill was trying to steal the notebook from whose office?
It's not the Aruns.
Nadia
Yeah.
Rune's office, yeah. So
So he
Houndrill's
time
in the-
traveled back to the first time Houndrill Zawarudo'd in Ortherby, and then he was Zawarudo in Zawarudo.
oh no.
And so I went to find Banira and left a post-it note on the guy's face she was making out with of, hey, you should clean up the office. Also, don't let the 2 draw into your office like 5 years from now. Or a few months from now.
Also, you can do better, I think, was
Also,
part of the
you
note.
No,
can do
that-
better.
That
Oh
sticky
my
note was
gosh.
on the guy's crotch.
Right.
No, it was,
Yeah,
wait, what? I don't remember that note being. I don't remember crotch note.
I think it was a forehead note, and I think the note said, "Don't give the Drosu coffee." Also, you can do
Oh yeah,
better.
that's right. Don't give
It
the
said
Drosu
something
coffee.
about clean up your office.
Clean up your office, don't give the Drowsu coffee, and you can do better. I believe were the highlights of that note.
Oh my goodness.
And so then Houndrill, believing that his work is done here, goes back to the present to
Where
find
nothing
that
has changed.
nothing is different. And then
It's like I tried. I tried so hard.
And then she was pissed because we're like, we broke up over that.
yeah, Houndrill was like, "What the fuck? Didn't you listen to my post-it note?" And Banira, still trying to save all of her research from destruction via water damage. It's like, what? That was you? We had a huge fight over that. My boyfriend and I broke up because of you. Get out of my office. No, wait, don't. Was like immediately like, no, wait, actually, you two should you should all keep staying here. Help me clean up. It's the least you could. And then this was where you guys we ended the session. You guys got like we're starting to get suspicious because she's obviously like trying to keep you here.
No, I definitely remember Houndrill being like, nope, too late, you already told us to leave, and running.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
basically, like,
Who's
nope,
feeling?
you have jettisoned my gift.
Yes, that's right. Houndrill was very offended.
No, it's just like no. I did this so you didn't have to. No. Oh, Nate, have you seen that video by the way?
What video?
Some
I
guy
read-
read like all 220 books in Skyrim or something.
Oh,
356.
yes, yes. No, I have not. I've seen that video exists. I haven't watched it yet. But anyway, so this is where the session begins. Is you three skedaddling from Ortherby and a beacon.
It's like, all right. So where are we going now? Fianlar, you know maps and direction.
Well, I would recommend, based on what you've suggested of our plans, that we head for the Silicon Rune districts.
That sounds pretty good. And it's like that's like straight east, right?
Yes. Yes,
I start
definitely
heading north.
straight east.
Yeah, this way.
So you guys get to the bridge separating Ortherby from the rest of Chelel Susaloth. And first of all, the guards there watching the entrance of Ortherby, basically like have you sign out. Like you signed in to you got your identities checked basically to get in. And then now that you're leaving, you have to like sign that you're leaving. But that gate check doesn't goes without incident. You start across the bridge and you see Chell expand out in front of you as you come out of Ortherby's cavern. And you get to the opposite side of the bridge and you see that the road is blocked by a traffic jam. And
Oh no!
Well,
I'm
you know the
kidding.
drill.
I'm kidding, there's no traffic jam this time.
Okay,
Please do
I
not
was
do
gonna
this
do it.
again.
All right, change of plans. We're camping out on the streets. We have to be back in the morning. Just got to think of the Silesian Rune District is probably too far to make it.
Not on foot, definitely.
Let's just camp out in Hammerspace for a day. What's the worst that could happen?
It not be a day.
It's like 3 months later. Hey, we're back.
1,000 years.
We could go to the Blazres.
Say, come to think of it, based on where Ortherby is situated, can we make it outside of Sharan territory by tonight without going straight into the worst lands?
Yeah, there are ferries that go across this river here. And, well, not ferries. This is, actually this is the fucking, lava rift thing.
Say, maybe, well, no, probably
There's-
not.
There's other bridges that will take you across to the Cural districts. And remember, this part here, the Sharan and the Curals have been fighting the demons back. So, this part here is not as dangerous. It is not actually a dangerous location.
Traversable, at least.
Yes,
Or so we might assume. We haven't been there yet.
correct. So yeah, your choices are basically Vlozres, Curals, camp in the streets, Hammerspace.
All of them are pretty bad.
I'd vote the Blazres. That's always fun. Or Hammerspace. That's always fun. I haven't gotten to see Ganon in a while.
Well, we're supposed to meet Kelnaz tomorrow, not huge air quotes, eventually.
Well, my vote is the streets because walking is tiring.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Curals then?
Is that what you guys are doing?
I suppose.
Sure. We haven't been there in a while. Or ever.
I think ever is the operative thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not as bad as everyone says.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, it's Fionlar in this party, not Eddie Marker, right?
Correct.
Okay, I was like, this is probably going to be hilarious. It still will be
actually,
hilarious.
nobody in this party is tainted.
Oh, perfect. So that'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Okay, so you're gonna have to go south to about here. As you travel, you notice that there's an increased military presence here of Sharan and Cural soldiers. Some of them eye you suspiciously, but mostly they are either busy with their own tasks or minding their own business. This seems to be something of a staging area. Lots of impromptu camps set up, temporary fortifications in places, and lots of wagons running north and south, full of supplies and soldiers. When you get to the bridge that goes over the rift to the Cural lands, the bridge is heavily guarded. There are Cural soldiers directing traffic across the bridge, and you clearly see that it's not just soldiers and supplies going across. There are also some people on foot. You see one carriage, a couple of people that look more like peasants or lower, or like poorer merchants going across, a smattering of people on foot. But the guards stop you as you approach. Who's going to talk to the guard?
Obviously the face of the party. Kasna.
Oh no.
The exceptionally deformed face of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly melted.
The soldier greets you as you approach, says, "Hail, traveler. What business do you have in the Cural districts?"
I think the word they use is pleasure, not business.
He blinks twice.
We're here
Oh.
for pleasure, not business. Does that make sense?
Are you visiting family then?
I turn and look at the other two.
It's like
Remember, Hayden
You're a Drowsu.
is a Drasu.
That is true.
The Cural Solanern are the last Drausu clan in the Underdark.
You have a family. Just say yes.
I turn back. I'm like, yep.
I have some cousins here.
The guard looks at your two companions and is like, well, he waves Kazna past. It's like, all right, go ahead. Then looks at Houndrel and Fjalmar and like steps in their way. It's like, what's your business?
It's like, we're with him.
We're companions for Kazna there.
I turn back. I'm like, oh yes, they're mine.
I just
He looks back and
deadpan at
says,
him.
they're whores?
What? What?
I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but do you have proper papers for these slaves then?
I pat my sides. It's like, shit. Must be-
Honestly,
Is this one all right?
Yeah, he has a cold. Let me check on him. Give me a sec.
Fjalmar choking on his own indignation.
Yes. I can visualize the flustering. That is ensuing.
Houndrel's just frozen in terror.
I kind of like. So I walk back to them, and I kind of like lean in close and whisper, I'm doing okay, right?
Like, kill me now.
I will throw you into the abyss.
Fjalmar, I noticed you copied a lot. I might have some Tic Tacs in my backpack.
Dare assert to these people that I am a slave to you, to some lowborn Drausu.
We're all students at Orthopi, I just say at the guard.
The guard is like, okay, then what are you doing coming over here?
Like, Kazna's one of our friends, so he just came with him.
Oh, he says, well then what are you doing over here? Valadriel doesn't let her students leave the ground.
Look at Kazna.
Deer in headlight. Special permission to see family?
I'm gonna have to ask you to step out of this line into the secondary line for a security check.
Like, okay.
Kazna, you're looking like very much like a terrorist right now.
Here's the thing. The guard was talking to you two, not Kazna.
Oh.
Like, he specifically addresses Houndrel and Fjalmar, and with his other hand, he's sort of like scooching Kazna across the bridge. Like it's just like, you two are going to have to step into the secondary line for a security check. I already told you, you're just going.
Okay.
Bye. See ya.
This can only end well.
Oh no.
The secondary line is quite short, because you're the only ones in it, and it's not so much a line as this.
As a plank over the bridge.
No, it's a desk sitting off to the side of the bridge with a very bored-looking, very bureaucratic-looking Kjorlsolen sitting behind the desk. She has different books in front of her, and Fjalmar, you totally clock whenever you are walking up that she's doing the whole, like, she's got a thinner book opened inside of a much thicker book, so that it looks like she's reading something relevant to her job, but actually she's basically like reading a magazine or something.
Oh no, it's her fanfic.
The Lusty Dressing. No.
Pretty sure that's considered super racist around here.
Yeah.
I mean, probably that's true.
That's
So-
why she has the other book. It's scandalous.
So she does not look up when you approach the table. Like, she's just sitting there reading.
Is that the latest Queen Tana fanfic?
She's like, she looks up and is like, what? No. Oh, I guess I have to do my job now. She closes and puts it aside.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You don't have to.
All right. She like opens a different book. It's obviously a ledger of some sort. She gets like a quill, dips it in an inkwell, looks up at you, is like, state your name, please.
Houndrel Umar.
How do you spell that?
Houndrel
And what's your business in the Curals districts today?
Visiting family with Kazna.
How do you spell that?
C A C apostrophe N A.
And what family are you visiting?
I shrug. It's like it's his family.
She writes that down.
It's his family.
Please, do you have any, how does she say that? Do you have any weapons or magical items or gems to declare?
Yes.
She, like, pulls a piece of paper out from a, like, folder next to her, slides it towards you, offers you a different quill and ink. Well, like, please fill out this form for me. Looks over to Fionlar, like, we can go ahead and get started with you. Please state your name.
Fionlar Val Ilhardro.
She writes that down. Like, my Lord Val, what is business do you have in the Cural districts today?
I am also accompanying my personal friends, Kazna and Houndrel.
Do you have any weapons or magical items to declare, especially any foreign fungi, mana gems, especially those containing
A couple of mundane ones, yes.
Here, fill out this form. The form this is like literally a customs form. Like, it's just, please write down a list of everything that you are bringing into the Cural districts.
Dagger 1, Dagger 2, Dagger 3.
Dagger 4. Dagger 5. Dagger 6. It's like
Dagger 1, Dagger 1. Let's all have some dagger fun.
shank.
Can't you just do like Dagger 1, ... etc.?
At all.
So I guess I just put down like rapier, 7 daggers, and then like a earth focus.
Do you really declare all 7 daggers, though?
I declare them by name.
So yes.
Okay. And then what does Fionlar write down?
She said what weapons and magical items, including foci and mana gems?
Especially mana gems containing demons.
Okay, well, I don't have any of those.
And
So-
neither do I.
I will declare a rapier for personal protection, 1 earth focus, and 1 keystone attuned to myself.
Once you finish filling those out, the bureaucrat takes them, looks over them for a bit, puts them in a different folder, writes something down on sheets, in your entries in her ledger, looks back up at you and says, "And how long do you think you'll be staying?"
A single day.
We should be passing through again in the morning.
All right, a couple of questions. Mr. Houndrill, you are carrying more than 2 weapons, which qualifies you as heavily armed, according to the Judicator Council rulings of 1748. That means that I'm going to need you to surrender some of your armaments before you go into our district. I've made a note in your record that you attempting to cross the border with illegal amount of arms.
I mean, I only have 2 arms.
You're going to need to surrender some of your weapons.
Also going to write you down as a repeat pun offender.
Your punishment.
Highly illegal.
Will I get them back later?
You can apply for repatriation of your weapons you have left. This application needs to be submitted via courier in writing to the Order of Scribes.
Well,
We'll just steal them back.
Like I've given all my knives names. I can't part with them. What to do?
Well, maybe you should have found a babysitter before you decided to travel with them.
Give me here. Give me Fionlar and only carry one rapier.
How many rapiers do I need?
Is that a trick question?
We already established this, Houndrill. You only have 2 arms.
Is this a trick question?
Sir, if you're not going to surrender some of your weapons, then I can't let you cross the border today.
Can I like put them in a safety deposit box elsewhere and then come back?
Sure. I don't see why not.
Okay. I just walk away.
The bureaucrat turns to Fionlar, like, you're free to cross the border now. Be sure that you reported the port at the checkpoint whenever you are leaving.
That shouldn't be a problem.
I just go somewhere out of sight and just like open up hammer space and just dump all my daggers in.
Okay.
He feels so naked.
I feel so gross. Look at what you've made me do, Kazna.
Can't hear you. I'm already past the border.
It's like I come back like 30 minutes later.
Kazna is very busily on his way to getting lost without us. Wait for my companions. What a quaint notion.
That's Fionlar's impression of Kazna. That'd be good in Maki Theater. It's just your character must do an impression of another character.
Oh, man.
This is some orphan black shit. I like it.
So, while Houndrill is waiting 30 minutes to seem convinced,
Does he
Kazna,
wait that long?
that's what AJ just said.
Oh, I missed that part.
Um,
I'm honestly, I'll probably get bored after 10 and then come back.
okay, so you come back
I
after
chucked
10
my beloved children into the rift. Can I pass through the border now?
Okay, so when you come back, who do you walk to?
The desk.
Okay. The woman is there, like, reading her book again.
How's your book?
She looks up. Oh, you're back. Closes the book. Puts it to the side. Says, did you get rid of your weapons that quickly?
Yep. I only have one rapier now.
She looks at you, obviously not believing you.
It's like,
Where did you take them?
I hid them somewhere.
You just hid them? I thought they were your precious children.
I'm good at hiding things.
This is a great thing to declare as you're trying to pass through customs.
She looks over.
I'm gonna need to step into our third line.
She
That
looks
line
over
is just
and
a jail
calls to
cell.
one of the guards, who's like obviously, who's not currently like processing people. He comes over. She's all like, I'm going to need you to search this individual. He just declared that he's great at hiding things, so be thorough. The guy's like, I'm going to need you to step into the third line.
I step into the third line.
The third line is literally a tent. It is not a
Okay.
line at all.
You've been
He's
lied
like-
to.
He's like, okay, so I'm going to need you to take off all of your clothes and let me search them. That includes gloves, boots, belts.
I
That's
just
a
start
wig.
unstrapping all 500 belts.
If that's a wig, you're going to need to take that off too. No, Mark. No, it does not.
Just some nice Kenny G, like some light saxophone music. Like, sir, I'm
Nope.
going to need you to step into the tent. It's like, I am deeply uncomfortable.
Sorry. All right, go on. Proceed.
Okay, so you just start undoing a whole load of belts.
Mm-hmm.
This guard just like stands there and watches as the pile of belts around your feet grows and is like, at first he's bored. Like, he's obviously been bored. He hasn't like done much in the past hour probably. But now he's just like bored. He goes from bored to confused to intrigued to concerned.
Just to clarify, was Houndrill actually wearing any clothes aside from belts?
Like, from what I know of Giuseppe, or what I've asked for Giuseppe, it's like a bunch of belts and a bunch of pouches. It's like very anime aesthetic.
So you're
Okay.
dressed like Voldo?
I was thinking like a Final Fantasy character.
So you're dressed like Lulu, but with less cloth?
Let me see if I can find one. There's some Final Fantasy character that looks absolutely ridiculous because it's just like his entire outfit consists of like 18 unnecessary belts.
I mean, Lulu's is literally a skirt made of belt.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, have you not played Final Fantasy X?
No.
Just Google Lulu FF10.
Oh my god.
Her skirt is literally made out of belts.
That's a bit excessive, even for Houndrel.
Okay.
She has like a cloth corset with sleeves.
But think of like very like stereotypical Japanese JRPG protagonist where it's just like he has his shirt, some pants, and then like 80 belts strapped across his chest or something like that. And
See,
80
I don't know what protagonists you are talking about if you aren't referencing Lulu with that.
Let's see if I can find one. Here's a female example, but I haven't found the male example.
Dang, at the same time was so good, Daniel.
Yeah. That yes, I think this is the one actually.
Oh, wow.
Like a
okay.
real shirt.
Okay. Understand it. I understand now. Okay, so the pile of belts gets big, and the guard is just standing there, like, waiting patiently, concerned.
And then I eventually get to like my undershirt and pants. It's just like,
It's like, okay, continue.
yeah, take them off.
Okay. Once he has, like, while you've been doing this, he's been, like, looking through your bag. So, what all do you have in your backpack?
I have my Ada. Let me double check. I have my Earth Foci bracer. I have a bunch of unattuned mana gems. I have some other gems that are just normal gems. I have 7 human money, 120 silver coins, and a pair of shackles, I guess.
The guard, like, while you are taking off belts and stuff, like, sticks his head out of the tent or at one point and, like, yells something, and a couple other guards come in to the tent. And the one with your bag, like, hands it off to one of them, who takes it out of the tent. He looks back at you and is just like, okay, keep going. The rest of your belts. Eventually, you, like, strip down completely, and he's all like, okay, you can get dressed again.
All right, I do. This is the part that takes 30 minutes.
Okay. So, Fjanlar and Kazna, you've reached the other side of the bridge, which took several minutes to traverse, and you realize that Houndrel isn't with you, or rather, you had realized that a while ago, but you're like, wow, okay. So, what are you two doing?
So bar.
You don't see one right away.
Maybe we sit patiently and don't do anything stupid.
That doesn't sound like Dynamite.
Where do you sit?
I guess at the end of the bridge or whatever.
Okay, there's like there's a bench.
Yeah.
So you and Felmar have a sit and wait and try not to do anything stupid. Did I get that right?
Yeah. And I guess Maddie comes out of the backpack and I start playing with that and I start thinking in my head like, maybe I should have mentioned I had a cat.
Nope.
Yeah.
Cat is not a weapon. Also, you were not asked to declare anything.
Yep.
This is just Drow Loth racism. Wow, who could have expected this? Like, I thought we lived in a fair society.
Wow.
When has the Drow Loth ever discriminated against the Drow Sioux?
I'll give you a hint.
Uncomfortable silence.
Look around you.
My best friends are Drow
Today's
Sioux.
element is racism.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
So, Houndrel, you finish putting your clothes back on, and the guard gives you back your rapier and says, all right, come with me. Takes you back over to the desk where the bureaucrat has lined up all of the mana gems that you had in your backpack, along with all of the other gems, along with the human money. The Earth Foci are sitting off to the side, and she's like writing stuff. She's just like notating all of it in a ledger.
They're not mana gems, though. Well, they are mana
All
gems.
gems
but
are mana gems.
Oh, right. But they said they only wanted us to declare
All,
foci,
all
right?
precious gems. All precious gems can be made into mana gems by putting into them.
Oh. I didn't know we had to declare those.
Yeah, they said foci, mana gems, in particular, any gems that have demons stored in them,
Oh.
magic items.
I have
So like
none of those.
she's just sitting here like notating all of this down, and like she finishes right around the time you get there and says okay, welcome back. Please have a seat. There is a chair set up.
I have a sit.
Another guard is sitting behind the desk with her, with what looks like a sketch pad.
Okay.
You sit down and you see that he's like drawing something, but you can't see what because the back of the sketch pad is facing you. She says, "Can you explain to me why you were trying to smuggle all of these gems into the Cural districts?"
I thought you said we only had to declare foci.
She blinks. "And mana gems.
Wait, these are just normal gems.
All gems are mana gems. Dunce."
Oh, well, I have a bunch of mana gems then.
Yes. Yes, you do. You know what you don't have?
Knives?
She blinks. True. You don't have permission to enter the Cural districts. The guy, like, on cue, flips the sketch pad around, and it's a picture of Houndrill's face. She's like, and like, he rips it off and walks over, and you see a board of like people. It's like a band from this restaurant kind of walk.
It's like,
And he like slaps your picture up next to several others. She's like, the lady like puts all of the gems and everything back into your backpack, like does up the drawstrings, like closes the flap, hands it back to you, and is all like, "Have a good day.
Have a
Bye-bye."
day. Out of character, I have to ask, does he see any familiar faces on the band from this district board?
Yes.
I swear,
Kitty.
if
it's like, damn.
if Gavlon is on that board,
Gavlon is not on the board. Kitty is. Soupy also is, if you remember Kitty's companion Drowloff.
A little bit. Nick.
Also, Kanye West Velsharan is on there.
of course.
In his sketch, he is giving the dude the finger.
Dedicated sketch artist.
He wanted to be realistic.
How will we recognize him? Oh, no.
I see.
You know what this sounds like a great time for?
What?
Splitting the party.
Again?
Or, and hear me out on this, Houndrill has several daily powers that he can use to get around this obstacle.
Or not so daily powers.
Or not so daily powers. Turns out, you're an infiltrator.
What does that mean?
I-
Okay.
What does that mean, though?
You can manipulate time, space, and stealth.
Okay. Well, I guess the next step is to see if I can get around the bridge. Can I? So the bridge has an underneath, right?
Yes. Like, by definition.
Okay. So how far is the gap, by the way? How long is the bridge?
It will take about 30 minutes to walk across.
Dang, that's a big bridge.
It's very fucking long. Nah, I'm kidding. It's more like 10.
Still a long bridge.
Still a very long bridge. Not that far long. That would be ridiculous.
I guess the question is, is there anything anywhere obvious where I can like get under the bridge and sneak around to where like Kazna and Fianlar are?
From where you're standing, you don't know, but you could go and scout it out.
Yeah, I'll just start walking back, I guess.
Okay.
At least out of sight of the.
Did you already use your freeze time ability, Zuardo, whatever you guys call it?
No, that's for if I either fuck up or need to steal something.
Okay, because I don't know. I think it'd be hilarious. You'd be like, okay, and you just freeze time and walk past them.
Disappear.
So from
And,
their
like, just
perspective,
literally
you just
disappear.
vanish.
That's not going to raise any alarms.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, so you walk away a little bit, and you see a place where, like, okay, it doesn't look like anybody will see me if I go behind those rocks and climb down the face of the rift, and then sort of like climb sideways a little ways until I can get to the underside of the bridge. You didn't notice any guards that were particularly the guards did not seem like they were on high alert, so you suspect that they aren't going to be like looking down into the rift very often. Your biggest risk would be people crossing the bridge, looking down into the rift, and seeing you on grabbing on the wall.
Well, that's a risk I can take. And
Okay.
is the underside of the bridge, are there like beams or something on the other side of the bridge so I could just be like totally under the bridge?
Yeah, the bridge is made primarily from metal and stone,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll be able to climb along the other side of it. I don't know how to describe its construction.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I guess that'll be my first attempt, or my
Okay.
first plan.
So, first things first, strength plus athletics time.
I haven't used any of these skills in forever, so let me double check my like parkour skill and stuff.
Okay.
Strength plus athletics. We changed it. I think my thing is out of date. Let me see, because right now it says just reduce the difficulty by 1, and I don't
No,
think
that's
that's
how
right.
it works.
Oh, it is? Oh,
We changed it so that it doesn't give you more dice, it reduces the difficulty.
oh, right. So, nice.
Cool.
Hup, hup.
So you climb, it's easy enough, you climb, get to the underside of the bridge. I also need you to roll Dex plus Stealth.
Oh, success. That's a terrible roll.
You get to the underside of the bridge, and you start climbing your way across. It takes a little while, but you do make it across the other side. Now the challenge is climbing out without being seen.
Let's see. What's the best way to do this?
The other side of the bridge, now that you are here, you can see that it's not just a bridge that goes across to flat land. There is a short wall built up on either side of the bridge that seems to run the length of the rift on the Curel side of the divide.
Hmm.
The wall is maybe 10 feet high, but that's definitely tall enough that if you tried to just climb it up, that anyone crossing the bridge would see you plain as day.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, at the wall, like, if I went onto the bridge, I would probably get spotted really quickly.
Well, maybe. You can hear that there's a decent amount of traffic, mostly wagons, but some people on foot. So, maybe you could slip onto the bridge without being seen.
Depending on how good my stealth is.
Pretty much. Also, roll wisdom plus perception.
2?
You notice that there is a grate in the side of the... There's a sewer pipe with a grate over it, like maybe 30 feet away from the edge of the bridge, down lower on the cliff face.
Oh. I love sewers. The sewers are how I smuggled everything in Dubai.
Okay.
Let's go for the grate.
Okay. Go ahead and roll strength plus athletics for
It's a pretty great plan.
Boom. 4.
So you climb over to it. The sewer has a metal grate over it. So how are you gonna deal with that?
The obvious, easiest way is to destroy it. But no, I'm probably just going to teleport in.
Okay, cool. Just spend the aura. Don't bother.
Mhm.
So you voip into the sewer grate, or into the sewer pipe, and fast forward to, hey, Fionlar and Kazna, you're sitting there on the bench, doing your best not to do anything stupid, when suddenly a manhole cover not 10 feet in front of you, pops open, and Houndrel comes out.
Hey guys,
So?
TSA.
I see you made it through the security check just fine.
TSA is real annoying.
I put Maddie on top of my head. Well, let's go.
Also, I may be banned from ever entering the Curl Soul Known again.
Conveniently, this did not stop you from entering the first time.
No, I just had to ask real nice and they let me in.
Nice.
I just was like, all right.
So if anyone asks, your name is...
Coundrel Blue Mars.
No. It has to be. I gotta say it in Discord.
I hate it. Thanks.
Boundrill.
Bow, 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 bow.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Fiatlar, I need your help pronouncing this name because the first letter is just a sound effect. Boundrill.
That's the worst name ever.
I know. You are correct. Thanks, I hate it.
Believe in IPA, that's pronounced.
Horn drill.
So you have finally successfully gotten into the Kyoral districts. What do now?
Check the scene.
It is
Seems
a
safe.
yeah. It looks safe. It's a pretty. The thing that you notice the most about the Kyoral district that is different from the rest of Chelal Susalov is that the Kyoral districts are much cleaner. Everything is built on a grid. There's a lot more. Obviously, a lot more planning has gone into this. And as a result, it is a little bit less vertical than the cramped, overpopulated areas of central Chelal Susalov. You do notice, however, that there seem to be a lot of people. Not however, you also notice that there are a lot of people just kind of hanging out on the street. There are groups talking and walking, and rather than it's a subtle difference, but in Central Chell, everybody's walking like they've got somewhere to be. Here in the Kyoral districts, people are strolling, and it's almost entirely Drausu and like mixed people.
Nice. Now we just need to go find an inn.
So you said it was super clean, right?
Fairly clean, yeah.
Like, do they also have spikes on benches and under overpasses so homeless people can't lay down?
You do not see any what's that called? Aggressive architecture.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I've seen
Oh,
that.
I see.
I guess we look for an inn.
You find one fairly easily. What does this inn call? I didn't prepare this ahead of time.
Hold on, I'll pull up the proper nouns page so that we can record it for posterity.
Oh boy,
Hmm.
pressure's on.
I'm gonna open up the D&D name generator. The Square Raccoon,
The Cleansing Curl.
the exclusive Pillow Bar, the Unnatural Dove,
Nah,
The
it's
Order
called.
of the Sleepy Times.
Sleepy Time Junction.
It's called Hasagawa's Good Night.
That's good.
Sounds delightful.
The sign on the outside is says Hasagawa's Good Night and just has like a picture of a bed. You notice that it looks like at first you look at it and you're like, oh, the entire building is the inn. But once you enter, you realize that, oh no, actually, this building, like only a small part of it must be the inn. Because rather than being built like the Nalsarkoth Longhouse style inns or the Sharon style open lobbies that are basically a giant restaurant on the first floor, or the Surface World inns in Machike and Halton Reeb that have several tables and are more like a bar on the first floor. This inn just has a small lobby with a desk where a Drausu man with sunglasses on is absent-mindedly reading a book and looks up when you come in, says, welcome to Hasagawa's Good Night. How many people do you need for your room? How many beds?
3.
3 beds? And how many nights are you staying?
Just 1.
All right. He tells you like how much ADA it is. Not much. Gives you a key, and you see whenever he gets the key out, like he pulls out a key ring, and there's only 4 keys on that ring. He hands you that key and points to the narrow staircase off to the left of the desk, says, you're going to be in the suite, which actually has 4 beds, but that's the only room that will fit all 3 of you. It's labeled suite on the door. You can't miss it.
All right, thank you.
When you go up to the room, you see that, in fact, yeah, there's only like 4 rooms total in this inn, and the suite is one of them. The other 3 doors are labeled A, B, couple, and suite. So those are the 4 rooms, which strikes you all as weird that this inn is tiny.
Really weird.
Wouldn't this be? I feel like the Kurils don't get much visitor.
They're giving you the Drow Su, not the Drow Su, the Drow Loth rooms.
They will be properly fumigated later.
Cleansed, if you will.
Purged.
Purged, if you will.
So, you guys have a room at the inn. Now what do you do?
What time is it?
Mid-afternoon, early evening.
Well, we either go out somewhere and party,
Parties like the Kurils do.
or we play it safe, continue to not do anything stupid. With a illegal fugitive.
I'm only a little illegal.
Yes, to be fair, the people who know you, well, they're still working.
I vote play it safe. I vote we wait. Mostly because if we do something, we're going to fuck it up.
But we have Kazna, so that's not likely.
Oh, you'd think that, wouldn't you?
And that seems like a good idea to me. Just laying low for the night.
I mean, it sounds really boring, but I suppose both of you are some level of illegal.
Why
So-
am I illegal? I'm a Drosu.
Sir. I don't know what you've done, but I'm sure you've done something. Have you lit anything on fire recently?
How recent?
What is recent? Does anyone know what recent is? Houndrel saying this? Could everything
So on
be
second thought,
recent?
yeah. Maybe we should just try to stay out of trouble for at least 24 consecutive hours.
I mostly don't want. Hey, let's ice ball to the Sargress.
No, how about we leave via ice ball?
That's not illegal.
Why would it
Totally
be?
not illegal.
They can't say I can't do magic. They can't control me.
I mean, you do what you want. I gotta pass through the checkpoint in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have to sign out. Okay, we'll figure it out in the morning.
So I guess we chill.
Okay, so you just chill for the evening.
We
And
play.
wake up in the morning. What do you
Feeling
play?
like P. Diddy.
We play cards.
Weren't
Pro
we supposed
rock,
to?
black,
Wasn't someone
Jack.
supposed
I don't know.
to meet us or something?
Meet us.
Weren't we supposed to be contacted or something?
I don't know how. But I remember him briefly saying something about someone would contact us.
So did you take notes on what his instructions were?
I did actually.
Well, maybe you should have told us that before it's morning.
Because I was going by based on what I remember you telling me. I didn't bother taking notes because my character wasn't in the room.
Write letter. Put in lockbox. Leave and stay in inn, not in the Sharn district. Come back to his office and get response out of the box. Follow the instructions on the letter to the letter.
Oh, so we're good.
So far, we have completed every step correctly. Because we did.
As far as my notes are concerned.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
As
As far as your notes are concerned, and as far as you actually writing a letter that was helpful. Because I know you said you did it last session, and then you actually wrote it in between sessions.
Mhm.
I have not checked said letter, so I'm not certain how effective that is for Kelnaz.
It's posted.
I guess we leave.
Okay.
Which way you going, Hendril?
It's like,
Yeah,
What do you
so
think?
if you're going back across the bridge, then Houndrel needs to make some checks to sneak his way back across.
I mean, unless he just walks out.
I mean, I don't think I can, because seeing someone who was banned from entering leaving probably wouldn't be a good idea.
It's a bit of a red flag.
Oh, I mean, could just say he took a long time and somehow got
I
back
got
there.
lost.
I got lost. I'm just trying
I'm
to
sure
leave.
that will hold up in Drowsu Court.
Dro in order.
Oh, whenever you wake up and leave the inn, and, like, give your key back, Kazna, you notice that the Drowsu man with the sunglasses, the book he's reading is actually the Drow Eater manga.
Oh,
Oh my god, all the Drowsu were weebs.
I look at
Yeah.
him like, that's my favorite.
He's all like,
Oh my god.
what, this? Yeah, it's
Guys.
pretty good. Not honestly my favorite, though.
Guys, we've missed the chance to get shit-faced on some Drowsu Pocky.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we can always come back,
Draki?
Drosuke.
But yeah. So do you go back across the bridge?
Yep.
Houndrill, roll me Dex plus Stealth, and then Strength plus Athletics.
Dex plus stealth. I'll spend a willpower this time.
Nice.
I was a little better. And then strength plus athletics. Pretty good. I'm good at this infiltrator thing. I am
Yeah.
an extra extra.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to
Good
try
one.
to say that word.
Good one.
Paracausality.
So, Kalmar, you go through customs the other way. They thank you for returning the way you came and all that, and Kazna, you get through just fine.
As I pass through, I'm gonna ask them, so whatever happened to our other companion, Houndrill? Did he ever make it through customs? What happened?
They point to the band from entering, where you see Houndrill's face sketched up there, next to Kanye West, Velsharin, and Soupy.
And Kitty.
Yeah, but Kitty's is two spots over.
Do I even want to know?
She shrugs. Like, that information is not public knowledge anyway. Or that is not public information.
I see. And then I leave.
Cool.
Was so smooth.
Smooth as chunky peanut.
So you head back to Ortherby.
Houndrill, what did you do?
I totally forgot that shiny gems are also technically mana gems.
Houndrill, you are a kleptomaniac and a wizard. How do you forget these things?
I steal things. I mean, like, when was the last time I've actually needed to use a mana gem for anything other than blowing people up?
And
How many gems have you committed to blowing people up, Houndrill?
0, because they're mine.
What?
I'm not giving my gems to blow people up. They're mine. They're my gems. It's like giving away money. I could use that money to buy things for me.
Bye.
I mean, I'm going to steal the money back later. Shh. No tears, only dreams.
See, he's going to go to buy something, but instead he's just going to steal what he wants, and then steal the money from the shopkeeper.
I do what I want.
Buying.
Bye.
Beldra buying.
That's pretty good. So we head to Kilnaz's office?
Yep. You cross the bridge, you get past the Ortherby guards by just being like, hey, it's us, we're grad students. Also, this Drowsu is our friend. Lol.
Is our
And they're-
subject.
Is our slave?
This is our control group. Wait, no, God, he's definitely the experimental group.
Oh my god.
He is the control and the experimental?
That's a bad, very poorly designed experiment.
I mean, it has cause in it. It's always going to be.
That's true.
So on your way up to Kelnaz's office in the 5th tower of Ortherby, you're riding on the floating Segway thingies. I want all of you to roll Wisdom plus Perception for me.
Trace.
Dude,
Hayden Dose. Minus Un.
Negative wound.
Okay, you float on up to almost the top where his office is. You get off at that landing, and I guess Houndrill's the only one who notices this.
I walk up to the door and like slightly push it open.
Pops open without a light touch, just a couple of inches.
I like glance in.
from this angle, you can't see most of the room, but I want you to roll me Wisdom plus Perception again.
3 again.
And this is Kelnas's door.
Yeah, so Houndrill just walked up to the door and like touched it, and it opened. It was really, really slightly ajar, like it hadn't latched all of the way closed.
I look at I look at Fionlar and Kazan, and it's like I do like the shush gesture, and it's like, and I just lightly whisper to them, "I smell blood." And I guess I slowly open the door, prepared to move if needed.
Eyebrows ascend.
That's a great band name.
Eyebrows ascend.
From the developers who brought you Tribes Ascend.
This project will also be abandoned by the devs.